Welcome everyone to the CTA Membership Department internal training session designed for CTA staff throughout the state. Today's training will be focused on searching and understanding individual profiles in Falcon and how to add non-member potentials into our database. Once you log into Falcon, this is the first page you'll see. You can click on the Find button under Individuals. The search functionality is a bit the same as the older version of Falcon, where you can search by name, the last four digits of the social security number, or any combination of the available options. You can still use the % as a wildcard to broaden your search. If you are looking up a name that you don't know the exact spelling of, you can use the % in the middle of the name. In this case, we will search a member with the last name Jones and the first name Sophia, but we don't know how to spell Sophia, so we will type in SO %IA and click Go. If you come across an individual with two profiles like you see here, you can let your CTA Membership Department staff contact know and we will research it further. You can find out who manages the local chapter by watching our other video on viewing and understanding organization profiles. Now, from either name, we'll go to one of these profiles by clicking on the green arrow at the far right. Every member has a 10-digit CTA ID number that can be found here. From the main profile page, you can update the address, email, and phone numbers on display on the profile. Maintaining member contact and demographic information in CTA's database is the responsibility of all staff throughout the state. Be sure to have your pop-up blocker turned off since addresses are run through the post office software to auto-populate other fields. You can update contact info by clicking on the Manage Phone and Email button here. Use phone numbers without spaces or dashes, and when entering emails, only use capitalized letters. Be sure to use personal contact info for members as CTA tries to avoid sending emails to work emails and work locations. Be sure to select primary for each item you change or add and click Save. To edit a member or non-member's name or address, you can select the option from this drop-down here. This is where you can update names as they appear on AB 119 files or on payroll reports from the district. If they go by a nickname or use any other name, you can include that in parentheses. Once you update any information on this page and hit Save, the info will be run through the post office database, so you will need to review the information and hit Save again. You can go back to the Edit button and click on the contact info from the dropdown. This will look the same as the previous version of Falcon. Here you can add a contact suppression if a member makes that request, such as do not contact me via email. You can select all that applies. If there is a piece of information that is absolutely critical for another CTA staff to know about someone's membership status, you can type that in this message box here. Please only use this function on a temporary basis. You can indicate that the legal department will not renew a GLS case even though the member calls in every day, for instance. But be sure to put who the member should contact, whether it's you or a department or your manager. Remember to delete your message as appropriate. Otherwise, the message will appear each time the profile is viewed. You can go back to Edit and click on Edit Demographics from the dropdown. If you receive a request from a member who no longer wishes to receive the CTA NEA Educator magazine, you can do that here. This is the same area to change or update the last four digits of the Social Security number, the ethnicity, gender, or date of birth of a member or non-member. Most everything in this section are voluntary pieces of information that's usually included on enrollment forms. Now let's move on to another record. We can search for another member by clicking the Find Individual on the left side of the menu. In this case, we will search for the member with last name River, first name Mark. and hit go. You may see other names in your search results, so be sure to only click on the desired profile. In this case, we'll select Mark River and click the green arrow at the far right. You may come across a profile that says on hold above their name. This simply means that CTA tried to send a mailing to this address and it came back as undeliverable for whatever reason. These individuals can be members or non-members, but we just need to find out their current mailing address. You can update any info by clicking on the Edit button and selecting Name and Address from the drop-down and follow the steps as we previously mentioned. You may also receive notice that a member passed away. Let your membership staff contact know and we will end date their membership according to their last deduction. To update the work location for a member, you will need to click on the Edit pencil icon for the active LMR. This will be on the far right. Simply click on the new work location site and hit save. Please do not change the membership status, the category levels, the start date, or the signature date, as this affects our billing and reconciling process and may affect a membership eligibility. Last but not least is requesting digital and physical membership card replacements. Digital cards can be used as proof of membership and can be saved to digital wallets on smartphones. Be sure to only send a digital card to a personal email address. If you do not have a personal email address for a member, do not use this feature. In this case, let's say that Mark did provide his email address. So we will update that by clicking on the update feature. Once we update and save the contact information, you can send the digital card by clicking on this button once. You will get a confirmation that an email was sent. You can also see the confirmation in the correspondence tab of their profile. If a member requests a physical replacement card, you can process their request by going to the teal Add button at the top of the page and selecting Request from the dropdown. Use the corresponding dropdowns to best fit the scenario. The membership department runs a report from Falcon about twice a month, and we will mail the card attached to a full-page letter with all the benefits and discounts associated with membership. Be sure to complete the fields that have a red asterisk, including origin, the reason. Make sure home is selected under mail to, and you can leave the status as open and hit save at the bottom. We will now move on to adding non-member potential profiles.
When adding non-member potentials, please use the Add Non-Member wizard rather than the Add New Record under the Local Member Relations section on the individual's profile. Using the wizard removes any category guessing as it automatically assigns potential to all the required category fields for NEA, CTA, and LEA. Now let's search for an individual. Last name Brown, first name Kimberly, and click Go. This search yielded many results. Make sure to select the appropriate record. Update the demographic and contact information as needed. Select Add Non-Member Hot Link to add the non-member potential LMR. Enter in 0868 or the local ID. Select the work location. Enter in the start date and click Save. From here, let's search for another individual. Last name Park, first name Sabrina. This search yields a Sabrina Parker. However, we're looking for a Sabrina Park. If the individual is not found, use the Add Non-Member Potential in the group item link under Individuals. Enter in the required fields: first name, last name, address, city. If you have a phone number, enter in that phone number with no spaces, and enter in an email if provided. If you know the local acronym, you can enter that here and select the appropriate work location and enter in a start date and click Save. It will go through the USPS address verification system. Make sure your pop-up blocker is disabled. Click Save and then click Save again. This concludes the section of how to add non-member potentials. Now let's move on to the membership page on the CTA website.
Membership materials and information is accessible to local leaders and staff online by visiting cta.org/membership. There are links to membership processing, CTA 360 app for mobile devices, and CTA 360 Pro for desktops under quick links. Let's go to membership processing. This page is where you can find membership enrollment forms, the current year's due structure, membership handbook, membership materials request form, tools for membership engagement and information on membership drop process, voluntary contribution forms, and trainings and access request forms for CTA 360. This site is a great resource and intended for local leaders and staff only. Let's go back to membership main page. Under the Quick Links section, you can go to CTA 360 app or CTA 360 Pro for more information on those tools. Or for general inquiries, call Membership Department at 650-552-5278 or email membership@cta.org.